slightly different cast list from what I expected, but very nice to see you. What happened to your case, Ms. Masood?
It ran short.
If I had known, I would have sent you a copy of the judgment, so you don't know what the result is, but the only person who does is Giovanetti, and maybe she doesn't either. In any event, for the reasons given in the judgment which we now hand down,
you can have my copy.
the appeal is dismissed, though, as will appear from the judgment, we have upheld the judge's decision on only one of the two bases on which she found for the claimants. Now, I'm sorry, something has clearly gone wrong. I sent copies of the judgment not very long ago to Ms. Giovanetti, Ms. Naik, because I thought she was attending, obviously she wasn't, and Ms. Savage, who she's the only one who got it, but not Ms. Masood or anyone else, because I didn't know they had it. It is now, as handed down, formally available to solicitors and parties, but because of the time scale, we have handed it down in a slightly unusual form, which used to be standard, i.e. is approved by the court for handing down subject to editorial corrections. What that means in practice is that it won't go on the National Archive, or therefore on Bailey, and shouldn't be circulated beyond counsel and solicitors until an approved version is available. Parties can see it as well. And we would like editorial corrections, well, I would suggest, unless there's some difficulty for junior counsel, by 12 o'clock on Tuesday. Because it will then be the vacation, we may not get an approved version online quite as quickly as we otherwise would, but we will nevertheless do so fairly soon. I was not anticipating that there would be any consequential matters dealt with on this occasion. I would expect them to be capable of being agreed, but if they aren't, we will have to have short written submissions. And again, I would have thought by the same timescale, it's not a very difficult. I can't believe any of the consequentials will be difficult. Ms. Giovanetti, I see you're not really set up for elaborate submissions, but I think as you're here, I should ask you, is there anything you need to say, or are you happy for Ms. Masood to say it for you?
I had just messaged my Lord's clerk to say I could see and hear the court, because I wasn't sure that the court could see or hear me. I'm so sorry, we've had terrible trouble finding somewhere where we could get a connection. So I'm parked on a side street in Dijon, which isn't ideal.
Don't worry, if we had known that Ms. Masood was here, we wouldn't have put you to all this trouble, but there we are.
No trouble at all, and thank you very much for the draft judgment, which I have had a chance to skim through. I've taken instructions in advance of that, which were to ask for 7 days for the Secretary of State to consider her position. I don't know if that would be appropriate, to have 7 days to apply for permission to appeal, if so advised.
Well, given the very short time scale, I think, and given that it's a vacation, I don't think we can really object to that. I'm sorry, it'll mean you having to
no, I completely understand it. Maybe that's rather academic, having seen the judgment, but thank you.
Right. Anything else that we ought to deal with on this occasion? No, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday, Ms. Giovanetti, and you can move on from Dijon.
Can I just understand, did the court say, my connection's quite faint, that you anticipated consequentials being dealt with by written submissions?
Yes. I mean, frankly, the only consequentials I imagined were if anyone was going to make an application for permission to appeal to the Supreme Court, in fact, that would only be you.
Yes.
And any questions about costs. But I would have thought those would be unlikely to be contentious.
And I'm so sorry again. When would you like those written submissions by?
I forget what I said.
Well, you said
12
order
on
originally
Tuesday.
12 p.m. Tuesday.
I said 12 p.m. Tuesday. That's superseded by what you asked for as regards permission to appeal to the Supreme Court.
Yes. I'm sure 12 p.m. on Tuesday will be entirely
For costs, that should be
manageable.
fine. I don't actually know. Normally, there would be a summary assessment. I haven't noticed, having had the submissions the cross skeletons were supposed to have from either side. Why wasn't that done?
Mano, can I apologise on our part that no cross submissions and skeletons were done? I'm not quite sure why that was. And
Well, it is rather commonly overlooked, and I don't want, in circumstances where everyone would work very hard to get this on quickly, I don't want to give you too much of a hard time. But please note, in a case that's lasting less than 1 day, we normally summarily assess costs, and for that purpose, it's important to have cross statements. It's not the end of the world if we're adjourning consequentials. Hopefully, you'll be able to agree something. But if you aren't, we will need then the cross schedules that should have been put in beforehand.
of course, and I'm very sorry for that.
Apology accepted, Ms. Savage. And I'm assuming you're apologising to Ms. Masuda.
Yes, likewise, I apologise.
Well, that is also accepted. Right. Any other business? No?
No, apologies from us too, and thank you very much. And I wish the course a very pleasant vacation.
Well, I haven't quite got as far as you, but
Well, drive safely.
yes.
Thank you.